thank you for the opportunity to ask the Minister for the ensuring what urgent steps are being taken to curb the activities of Fulani Herdsmen, whose animals continue to destroy farms and farm produce, thereby posing security threat. Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you. Right, Honorable Speaker. The Savannah Regional Security Council, in collaboration with the technical committee of the eminent chiefs established by the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs, have had several series of discussions with the leadership of the Fulani Herdsmen and educated them on the need to take care of their cattle and prevent them from causing damage to people's farms. The rule is that failure to abide by the rules would lead to the ejection of the herdsmen from their lands. That is what the chiefs have put in place now. Right, Honorable Speaker? Though in the past some cattle owners have been charged and put before court, the initiative by the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs to form a technical committee for social cohesion and integrate Fulani Herdsmen into the local communities is laudable. The initiative is also supported by the Regional Security Council to avert unnecessary clashes between farmers and herdsmen. The police have meanwhile intensified patrols within the communities to ensure security. Thank you, Mrs.
Honorable Member, any supplementary?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the fact that the Regional Security Council is putting a lot of efforts into curbing these activities. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, we have very appalling activities of the herdsmen happening in Dochintain, Kuldi along the Blackwater, the Benayiri enclave. Even just last week, one of a community member called me from Gentilipe. Farmers had to sleep on their farms to protect their farms. Mr. Speaker, the question is, how can we enforce the plans or the laws put together by this eminent committee to ensure that the law works so that farmers are protected? They have meetings, they have plans, they have all these things in place. Yet farmers have to sleep on their farms to protect their farms. How can we ensure that the Fulanis go by the directives of the eminent chiefs? Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Right, Honorable Speaker, let me assure the Member of Parliament that if these breaches continue, you should report them to the police. And should you find that there are any delays, draw our attention and we'll get the police to take action. We are not saying that the eminent chief's arrangement is come to grant a kind of immunity to the Fulanis to continue. No. We are saying that we are encouraged by the fact that the chiefs of Savannah are becoming part of the system. Having said that, we would still deal with Fulani herdsmen who cause damage to farms of farmers. So what I would encourage you to do is report each and every case to the police. And I'm sure that it would also help the chiefs. Because the chiefs have said that if they don't obey the rules, they'll be ejected. They can only be ejected if they are not complying by the rules. So don't be misled by the collaborative effort of the chiefs. We should praise them for that, commend them for that, but continue to report the cases. It is those cases that we will then consult the chiefs on, and then they can then go ahead to apply the sanctions that they have put in place. Thank you.
Yes, any more supplementary?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the worry is the herdsmen get the animals onto the farms in the night. And so early morning or the daytime, the farmer goes to the farm and the farm produce are destroyed. You don't meet the animals on the farms, but you see the settlements around. You get there and the Fulani farmer tells you, no, those animals were not my animals. So that is the difficulty. And so my question is, his last statement says that the police have meanwhile intensified patrols within the communities to ensure security. The patrols is within the communities, but the activities are committed on the farms. You get to the farms, you are not able to identify the particular animals that are going to destroy your farm. So if we are not careful, farmers would take the laws into their own hands and start attacking animals anyhow. And so I don't know how or what plans we can put in place to ensure that we don't have these things happening. Because you don't meet the animal on the farm with the animals. So, Honourable Minister, I have a difficulty. What can we do to control this? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have said time without number that security is a collaborative effort, and we need the support of the citizenry. If our people in the area have realized that these breaches occur at night, then you don't have to wait until morning. We could, with the concept of neighborhood, committees, help us identify who have done it. In any case, even if you do not find the person and you report to the police can, by their investigations, tell the Fulani group that is within that area. But please don't take the law into your own hands. Yes, the patrols are going to be on motorbikes and they are going to go by routes. But you and I know in our areas that the farms are deep and some of the places are not necessarily accessible by the motorbikes. We need to assess the police. And the only way we can do so is let people watch out for these events. There's no other way we can do it. So we shouldn't go and oversleep in the night and then get up the next day and be weeping. Let us see how we can put some of our young people to actually track this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The last supplementary.
Most grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, going forward, is it possible we encourage the chiefs, or as a government, we demarcate areas for activities of herdsmen, for grazing, so that we have specific areas for that, so that they don't settle amongst to have their animals destroy farm produce? Is it possible for us to look at it that way? Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Thank you. Honourable Speaker, it is possible to do so, but it's something that you can handle at the resident level, especially now that you have the chiefs who have also come forward. You can consult the chiefs and agree on these demarcations. But it does not mean that when you agree on the demarcations, they are going to 100% comply by the demarcations. The cattle will move at one time or the other. So we still have to be vigilant and help. For instance, if you think that cattle come around the farms by the evening, you report immediately. The police will do something about it. But if you go to sleep, they will still come and attack. So it's possible But what I'm saying is that we should not think that once we have agreed on the demarcations, they are going to abide by that if we don't check them. So I'll still encourage you that once you engage with the rest, and these chiefs who have come up so well, you still have to be vigilant and give the police information on those who breach the law.
Well, honorable members, if I may hazard these ideas too. One, the herdsmen are not all Fulanis. That's the first point. So the reference always to the herdsmen as Fulani herdsmen is incorrect. They are not all Fulanis. So take that into consideration. Two, the communities should be able to welcome the herdsmen and incorporate them into the communities and not allow them to stay in settlements separate from the communities. When you embrace them into the communities and live with them, you get to understand the herdsmen better and also get to know the movements of the herdsmen and the cattle. The third one is that every cattle must be numbered and certified before the cow is sold or killed or transported. They must get a certificate. These are practiced in Burkina and the rest. And so I've been a victim of these things. So I stopped dealing in cattle for some time now. Because you can have 300, 400, and one night you get up, you can't trace one. Okay, but the reference always to Fulani. It's not only Fulanis. There are other tribes, and including the locals who are involved in this matter. So please, let's take that on board, and I'm sure those on the ground are aware of all these things. But let's try, with the collaboration of all stakeholders, led by government with policy, to implement these things. If not, animal husbandry is dying in the north. The north, that is up to Bono, Ahafo, and all those things. Nobody is not interested in rearing animals. My brothers and sisters from Volga area used to live with the cattle in their houses. Now they are not doing so. I don't know whether Honorable Isaac Adungo is still living with his cattle, but these days they don't do it. Or you are still practicing that? You are still living with your cattle? Okay. You see, so no Fulani man can go and take it away. So please incorporate them. Honorable Chiwiti, I think it's something that we should all try to implement. With this, we can move to the next question. Question number 133.